Hi everyone, Sheree here. Today I'm going to be creating a layout using the beautiful Felicity Jane Margot kit. I've cut some of the gorgeous florals from the floral paper. I'll just show you that. Here's one that hasn't been cut, but as you can see, absolutely gorgeous florals on this paper, perfect for fussy cutting. So I've actually cut two of those out with some leaves as well, and I'm planning on using those sort of at the top of my page. I'm scrapping a layout about my mum and myself last Mother's Day, and I've got this scrap piece of paper from the Margot kit. It was one long piece, but I need it to go sort of from the top to the bottom in the center of this layout design that I'm about to do. So what I've done, because it's not quite long enough, I've actually just cut it in the center, and that will allow me to have a little gap between, but once everything's on this page, you won't even know that that gap is there. So I'm planning on having my flowers at the top there. That's going to cover that little weird bit at the top. I love this technique for using up scrap bits of paper because it really just helps to get your paper go that little bit further. I've got an extra leaf here which I'm going to use down below. So I've got my photo printer, that's just 3 by 4 inches in size. I'm also going to use one of the Margot library pockets to hold my journaling. I do still need to print my journaling out to go in there. So I'm going to have those on the page. I've got a couple of the 2 by 2 squares from the 6 by 6 Margot cut apart sheet. You can see I had 2 lots of these. So I've got the today word there that I'm going to use, as well as the heart and this little frame here. It says just peachy down the bottom. So I've chosen those ones to use on this page as well. And then I've got the Margot chipboard alphabet stickers. These are so fun, one of my favorite alphabets so far. And I've got the word mum already picked out there to use as part of my title. And then I've got some other little bits and pieces here as well. So I've got the die cut circular label there, another rectangular label, there's this heart. I've also got a mini wide paper clip in the mint colour that I might use as well. And then I also, from the floral paper, cut out some of those little white flowers as well. You can see there. Really cute. They were a little bit fiddly to fussy cut, but I think it'll be worth it. And I've also got this bit of tissue paper, which it was a larger piece that I adhered to a piece of cardstock, which I put into my typewriter, and that allowed me to type out Happy Mother's Day on there, and then I've just cut that out. Actually, I tore it into a circular piece, and I'm planning on adding that to the center of that circular die cut label. I might put a bit of stitching on there as well to secure that in place, but I've already got that there ready to go. So I think I'm ready to make a start on this. I'm just going to keep this a nice crisp white background and have all the action going down the center of the page. So I'll get right into it and show you how I'm going to put this one together today. Okay, so to start off with, I'm going to just use this tag punch to make my journaling into a tag shape. Then I can grab my sewing machine and add stitching to all of those pieces that I've gathered together there. So I've got the strip that's going down the middle. I have added stitching around that as well. You can see I've stitched a border around that background piece too. And now I'm just piecing these two together down the center, making sure they're lined up correctly. And that gap in the middle will be covered up by that library card pocket and the photo, as you can see. So I'm just working out spacing for everything now. Just got the florals at the top, my photo, the library card pocket. I've got 2 of those 2 by 2 inch pieces from the Margot cut apart sheets. I've got my alphas down the bottom and a label as well. So now that I'm happy with the spacing, I'm just going to go ahead and start sticking these things down. I've got a foam tape under the flower on the right just to add a little bit of dimension. They're getting stuck down at the top, and I've got some leaves to poke under the edges as well. So 1 on the right and 2 on the left. Okay, so that's the flowers done. I'm going to now stick down that heart 2 by 2 square just under the top edge of the photo. My library card pocket can go onto the page too, and I'm just adding double-sided tape to the back of that and the photo. I want to try and stick these two things down at roughly the same time, just because they will be slightly overlapping each other. So I just need to make sure that spacing is right. I also want to make sure that that little 2x2 square at the bottom bottom left of the photo gives a nice little pink border around that corner there. So those things are now stuck onto the page. I also added that mini white paper clip at the top, and I've used these Sheree metal tag builder dies to add a little reinforcer piece to the top of my journaling tags. I just used some plain light pink paper from one of the paper packs, cut that out with my die cutting machine and adhered it to the top. Now that I've got it in the center, I've just punched out the hole, and now I can add twine to the top of that tag as well. And that's just going to help add some more texture to this page, having that twine bow poking out of that pocket there. Alright, so I do need to decorate the front of my library card pocket as well. I've got another 2x2 square, the today one. I'm adding a hole at the top of that, and I'm going to add some more twine, just like it's another little tag. So just adding more texture to this page. So I've tied a little bow there. That's just going to be adhered to the right of that library card pocket. Just double-sided tape on the back of that one. Okay, just fiddling a little bit with those twine tails. Right, now I've got that Happy Mother's Day that I typed onto that tissue paper. I've stitched that into place using my sewing machine onto that circular journaling die cut piece. And I've added it to the bottom left of the library card pocket. So I'm just tucking another leaf under the edge there to add a little bit more green. And I've got those tiny fussy cut flowers as well that I'm going to add on top there. So just getting the right position there. I'm going to put a little bit of foam tape behind the other one for a little bit more dimension. So that's on there now too. I do want to add the date. So I'm using the Aspen stamp set to add the month and the year. Just onto some white cardstock, I'm going to cut that out and add it to that label. Now I could have stamped directly onto the label, but I like the extra layer that stamping onto cardstock adds to that piece. And I will add some stitching across that a little bit later as well, which you'll see. Okay, I've got my alphas to go on there too, but that's where I just went ahead and stitched across that label just so that my alphas didn't get in the way. So my chipboard alphabet is going on there now. I absolutely love these alphas, they're so fun. And I've chosen the Rebecca Puffy alphabet stickers to go above that. So they're in white, nice and subtle, and I've got them onto some wax paper there just so that I can see where they're going to sit on the page, and that just helps me to put them in place first go. I've got two of the little hearts as well from that same alpha sheet just inside the middle of the O's. And I've got another little heart die cut from the Margot Kit, and I've got a chipboard Aspen heart that I've just added to the side of that circular die cut. So giving you a closer look at all the details on this page. I really love how this one came together. I love the Margot Kit. Hope you do too, and I hope you've enjoyed seeing how I've put this page together today. Let me know if you've got any questions, just pop it down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, and I'll see you again soon with another project. Bye for now.